Hey everybody, I appreciate you joining us today for another Thursday Chatting with Troy. Appreciate all the great questions. It was another week of great questions, and sincerely, my thanks to all of you who make this happen. Couldn't do it without you. Folks, if you haven't been here before, please go ahead and subscribe. Click the little bell icon, let you know when I got a new video up, because I do cooking videos on Tuesdays, and I do these Thursday chats where I answer your questions on Thursdays. And be sure and check out the description box. If I mention any products, YouTube channels, if you want to get in touch with me by social media or anything, or if you'd like to donate and help support old T-Roy with this channel, all that will be in the description box. Just click show more right beneath the video. Open that description box up. You can find a ton of stuff in there along with all the questions we're at in the video. They're answered. Let's get to it though, man. Oh, gotta tell you, I found some New York root beer. This is Boylan Bottling Company. There you go. Y'all give it a shout out to New York. All my friends out there in New York. We're going to check this out, see how good it is. I've never had any Boylan, I think that's how you say it, Boylan Bottling Company products. And I think I also got some black cherry from them. They started selling it at my local grocery store. So we're going to bust it open. We're going to check it out. See what it's like. Gloobies.com if you want a koozie. Cheers to you, everybody. Wow, that's pretty good, man. It's made with real cane sugar, too, not that fake junk. It's good stuff. Let's get to it, though, man. First question's from Meathead. What's up, Meathead? How you doing there, my friend? Meathead says, Troy, cheers. Hey, cheers to you, Meathead. He says, have you ever cured a pork butt and made steaks out of them? Yes, I have. That's some good eating, man. Anytime you can get any kind of pork butt and cut it into steaks and grill that baby up, that's some fine eating, man. Really good eating. And, you know, it's cured, so it's like ham. Thick ham steaks is what it is. And I know my grandmother's from, like, North Carolina. Mama Jean, y'all heard me talk about her. She used to make red-eye gravy. Put that over some you know, grilled ham steaks or whatever you want to call it. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. So, yes, I have had it. I have made it before. That's good stuff. Next question we have is from Christy's Cooking Channel. Y'all be sure and go check out Christy. She's got her channel. She's doing fantastic. The girl can grill, man. She can bake, grill, all kind of good stuff. Check her out. She says, who are you pulling for in Celebrity Big Brother? Oh, Christy. Yeah, I do watch Big Brother. That cheers to you. Well, I was pulling for Shannon, but she got kicked out. I think I had to go for Ross for right now. He seems like a real likable guy. So, yeah, I guess I'm pulling for Ross. So, there you go. I appreciate that, Christy. Cheers to you, girl. Next question is from Aussie Valiant. He says, hey, T-Roy, cheers to you. Hey, cheers to you. Appreciate the question, man. Aussie Valiant says, question for you. Have you ever cooked goat on any of your machines? I've cooked mutton. Isn't mutton the same thing? Can't remember. Yeah, I've cooked mutton though, so I would have to say yes, I have cooked goat. A little bit different flavor than lamb. You know, lamb's a young sheep, a year old or less. And I guess the mutton or goat meat, let me see, I think, isn't the equivalent to lamb in the goat called a kid? Something like that? Or chevron maybe? A kid? Anyway. So I've cooked mutton, and I'm guessing that's probably the adult goat. Just guessing though. If any of you have any feedback on that out there, y'all be sure and put it in the comments section below. And if you got questions for me, ask them in the comment section below as well, okay? We're all just one big, huge cooking community here, so your feedback is appreciated by everybody that joins in. Feel free to put your comments down there. Just keep the cuss words out of it, okay? This is a family channel. I got kids that watch this, learning how to cook. You go, kids. You go. Glad I can help you out. Anyway, appreciate the question, Aussie. Next question is from Gringo BBQ, another YouTuber. Y'all go check out Gringo BBQ, BBQ. He says, cheers from Black Hawk, California. Cheers to you. Appreciate that, man. He says, 2 questions for you today. Do you take your cooking mobile? What's your travel rig? Personally, I've used the smallest Weber Smoky Joe in both of its versions, as well as a gas and charcoal Go Anywhere. My favorite is the charcoal Go Anywhere with cast iron grates. It would be great to hear your thoughts on mobile rigs for camping and going to the beach and such. I don't go mobile with mine. Me and Karen aren't really a beach type family. I used to do it when I was younger, but man, that skin cancer will mess with you. So no, we don't go beaching anymore. Very rarely do we go tailgating or anything. We usually just stay at home, watch sports on the TV, or if we do go out, we're going out camping in some forests where we can catch some waterfalls, maybe go fishing, just camping out in the woods, in the cabin, that kind of thing. If I were to bring, I usually don't bring any grills, but like if I were to go fishing or something like that, I've got a little Weber Smoky Joe, a little bitty small one that I can bring, and it does have cast iron. It's got the Cray Court cast iron grates. Good product. Link below for you if you're interested in Cray Court cast iron. Let's see. The flip-flop grill, that's what I was trying to think of. That all boxed aluminum flip-flop grill that the grill flips and flops to cook. You just use charcoal on the bottom when you're done. After it cools off, the thing pulls apart, folds flat to like 4 inches thick, and it's like 18 by 18 square. That's a great grill to take out camping with you. You can put it in your backpack. Yep, that's a good grill. Flip and flop grill. I'll put a link to it below for you as well. All right, Gringo's got question number 2. Let's see what you got for me. He says, have you tried to cook on that Santa Maria grill where you stay truer to the recipe? True Santa Maria style recipe for tri-tip, I'm guessing, is what you're saying. He says it's just salt and fresh cracked pepper, maybe a little bit of garlic. I haven't tried that yet. I forget. I just did that tri-tip recipe. I know it had salt and pepper and cayenne. I don't think I put garlic in there. So I don't know. I'd like to get me some prime tri-tip though and try that. So anyway, I got a real video coming up, folks, that I'm going to be showing you Tuesday. Hopefully it comes out all right. Anyway, I got lowbells.com, Lowbells of New York, sending me some pork ribs. We're going to try those on the Santa Maria grill next week, so y'all stay tuned for that on Tuesday. Appreciate that, Gringo. Y'all go check him out, man. He's got a great channel. Next question's from Brian's Backyard Q. He says, I love the beard, brother. It's taking on a life of its own. Yeah, it is. It is, man. I'm liking that beard, man. It's kind of getting curly, though. It's like it's doing waves or something, man. My hair on my head doesn't do that, but it's definitely got waves in it. Anyway, I'm gonna keep growing it out. We're gonna see how long it can go. How I'm gonna get it down pretty low. All right, Brian's question. He says, of all your grills, what's your favorite for doing whole chicken? Cheers to you. Hey, cheers to you there, Brian. Appreciate the question, man. Whole chicken. I would have to say, man, that's a toss-up. Probably my Weber Smoky Mountain. Beer can chicken's what I like to do, Yeah, I can do that on my Weber Smoky Mountain easier than I can on my Wichita. The flavor that I get off the Wichita is better, but just the ease and simplicity of the Weber Smoky Mountain and how it keeps the meat juicy because it's got the water pan in there, and all that. It really does a good job on chicken, man. So I'd have to go to the Weber Smoky Mountain for whole chicken. There you go. Appreciate the question. Next question is from Josh Taylor. Josh says, great video as always, T-Roy. My question is, how do you pick what rub to use on your meats? Thanks and cheers. Cheers to you. Appreciate that. Let's see. How do I pick my rubs? Man, I've shown y'all my pantry before. It's chock full. I probably need to clean it out again. I try to clean it out once a year. Because the ingredients in the rubs, they start getting stale and they lose flavor and impact. So about once a year, I clear it out pretty good and just keep the more recent ones that I've gotten. So what I try to do is use different rubs for each of my videos, and I try to, rotate them is basically what I'm doing. So you may see me use Oak Ridge Barbecue today. You may see me use the rub from Jason Ganal, GQ Barbecue. I may use his rub, which I did recently. You may see me make up my own rub. It'd just be a simple one. So you may see me use some rubs I buy at the store, my local grocery store. And plus I got people that send me rubs. Some of these manufacturers of rubs out there selling to the public, they send me product. Cosmos Q send me some stuff, So you'll see me use some of their stuff. But I try to rotate it out. And if I'm cooking beef, I don't like sugary tasting beef. I don't like a sweet beef. So for beef, I like to keep it really simple. Basically just salt and pepper, maybe a touch of onion, maybe a touch of garlic, maybe a touch of cayenne. And the cayenne kind of cooks out in the heat, so you don't really get that really spicy hot from the cayenne pepper. If you've never tried it, give it a try, man. It's really good stuff. Now, when it comes to pork, I do like it sweet. So I'll use a rub that's got some sugars in it. It's usually turbinado sugar or brown sugar. For chicken, I kind of like a citrusy type rub. It's got a little lemon in it or some lime in it or, something along those lines, Maybe some thyme or rosemary. I like chicken. Chicken needs flavor added to it because it's bland by itself, folks. I mean, you can get some smoke flavor in it and really help it out. But when you start sprucing it up with some nice rubs and some herbs and stuff, that's some good stuff, all right? But you got to season it up real good. Anyway, I hope that helped, Josh. That was Josh asked me that, wasn't it? Yeah. Appreciate it, Josh. Thanks for the question, bro. Next question is my buddy Andy Olson. Hey, Andy. Cheers to you, my friend. All right. Andy put in a good word for me with Junior over at Gabby's Grills. He's the one that got me that Santa Maria grill attachment from a Weber Smoky Mountain. And, it'll fit the Weber Smoky Mountain, but it's for the Weber kettle, basically. But anyway, Andy, appreciate you talking to Junior and putting us in touch so that we can get one of those for my videos. I appreciate it. And Andy's got a channel too, man. Y'all go check out Andy Olson. Put his link down below in the description box. He's got some cooking videos out there as well. Keep up the great work, Andy. What's your question for me here, bro? Andy says, have you ever taken the barbecued leftovers and made chili out of it? Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. That's some of the best chili. I love brisket chili. Love it, man. You take that point and you cut it up. Kind of like you're going to do burnt ends, but you put it in the chili. Man, that is primo chili right there, man. Love that stuff, man. As far as like leftover pork, I'll tell you what. Were you asking about any specific meat? I don't think you were. To make chili, okay. But I was fixing to say that the hang on, the pork butt video that I just put up this past Tuesday that I did on the PBC. I pulled that pork and I used it the following day. I used the leftovers to put into some like a milk gravy. And Karen made some homemade biscuits, and that milk gravy with that pulled pork in there gave that gravy a nice smoky flavor, and that was some fine eating, man. Yep, pulled pork gravy over biscuits, homemade biscuits. Good stuff. But pork can also go in your chili. Usually around here, if we have a chili that's got pork in it, it's more like a green verde type chili, they call it. It's kind of a Mexican. It's like tomatilla sauce. It's a green color. But it's made with pork. So anyway, yeah, chili's a good thing, man. I appreciate the question, Andy. Oh, he's got a second part here. What you say? He says, also try the fish on the Santa Maria. Fish like that is incredible. Yeah, I look forward to it, Andy. I'll definitely do that, man. Bottle Cap Barbecue has a question. He says, hey there, Troy. Have you ever used one of those salt bricks on grill? And if so, what are your thoughts? Good for meat and fish? Keep on doing what you're doing, brother. Hey, man, appreciate that. Bottle Cap Barbecue. There you go. Cheers to you. I did have a salt block one time. I used it on my gas grill. I actually cracked it after 2 or 3 uses. I guess I brought it up to temp too quick or something. But it was a nice thick one, man. It wasn't one of the thin, cheap. It was a nice one. But it cracked on me. I just busted it up and made, used it for salt, you put it in my grinder. But I did steaks on it. Steaks turned out great, really, really good. I also did some shrimp on it. I don't think I cooked fish fillets on it, but I did do shrimp and steak, and they were good, really, really good. I like that sear crust that was on there, man. And salt blocks, you may not believe it or not, but salt blocks don't impart a lot of salt into the meat itself. You still have to salt and pepper, but it gives you a nice. It's a different crust on the meat or on the seafood, but it's good stuff, man. Just got to raise the temperature very slowly and keep it from cracking on you, and you got to let it cool down slowly as well. And you can't pour water over it when it's hot. That'll make it crack, or any kind of liquid. All right, next question we got from Josh Morris. How you doing, Josh? Great to hear from you, man. He says, "Hey, T-Roy, cheers to you, mate." Cheers to you, Josh. This root beer is good, y'all. All right, Josh says, "Your videos have helped me cook many tasty meals for myself, my friends, and my family." Man, I'm glad I could help you out, bro. I tell you what, if I don't like something that I cook, I don't do a video on it. So everything I've got up there, well, except for the chicken fritters video I left up, but that's the only one. All the rest of them, it's some good eating, folks. So I hope y'all do go check out the recipes. And Josh, thanks for trying it out, man. I'm glad that I can help you become a better cook, and so that you can impress your friends and family and coworkers and all that. Josh says, "I would like to know if you have any advice for smoking vegetables. I smoked a couple of veggie skewers on my PBC with the apple wood, but they were very bitter and didn't taste good. Can tasty veggies be done on a smoker? Keep up the good work, and cheers to you." Yeah, thanks again, Josh, and cheers to you. Veggies will absorb smoke a lot faster than meat because veggies are not as dense as meat, So you really have to go very, very light on the smoke if you're trying to smoke veggies. You may also want to put them on for maybe 10 minutes on the smoke and then wrap them in foil. That way they get a hint of smoke, but they're not getting over smoked. And they can finish cooking in the foil. And throw some butter and stuff in there too. Some lemon juice, or some fresh cracked black pepper. Throw some bacon in there too, man. Bacon make everything better. Ain't that right, Christy? Christy's cooking channel. Love the girl, man. She's a hoot. Hoot and a holler. Anyway, yeah. Just partially cook it in the smoke, wrap it up in some foil. Or maybe try just putting some foil under it. That'll help. But if you got the lid over, the smoke's going to hit the lid and come back down, depending on the flow within your cooking chamber. So they may still get too much smoke if you don't fully wrap them in foil. That's what I do. All right, it works for me. Just be careful, don't overcook them and get the veggies mushy when you wrap them in foil, though, because they don't take very long to cook. What we got next? Big Green BBQ. Where you at, Big Green Barbecue? He says, "Cheers to you, T-Roy." Cheers to you. Big Green says, "Quick question for you. Have you ever used molasses as a binder for ribs or brisket? Thanks." Man, that's a great question. I appreciate it. I have not. I have seen some of my Canadian friends use real maple syrup. But as far as molasses, I haven't. What I have done, though, I've used a barbecue rub made locally here in Texas. It's called The Jank. Y'all may remember me using it on video. That barbecue sauce, I did say sauce earlier, right? Not rub. Anyway, that barbecue sauce has a lot of molasses in it. And James was over here, I think we did some ribs with it. And I can't remember which cooker, but we did ribs on it and used that Jank barbecue sauce on it. Me and James both were like, man, these are like the best ribs you've ever cooked, or that we've ever cooked. But that sauce had a lot to do with it. So, yeah, I probably should try molasses on some ribs and stuff, man. That Jank sauce is good stuff, folks. And if you're interested, I'll try to find out where you can get some online. If you can, I'll put that link below for you too. That's some good stuff, man. I tried there. Me and James both tried his rub. he just came out with a rub. And we both detected a slight hint of celery in the background. Maybe a little too much celery for our taste. But, you know, different people have different tastes. So if you're interested in trying out the rub, I'll see if I can find a link for that too. But that barbecue sauce is good. The spicy version is really good. Oh, and they've got like a habanero version. Dude, that's some hot stuff. You put that on hot wings or something. I bought a bottle and I had to give it to James because he likes stuff hotter than I do. It was too hot for me. You know, the habanero flavored jank. That's hot stuff, man. Anyway, I appreciate the question, Big Green. Next question we have. That's my brother Dan, Mr. Smoky Goodness. Y'all go check him out on YouTube. Dan, congratulations. You hit 15,000 subscribers recently. I'm so proud of you. And man, it was sure great visiting you for that solar eclipse where me and Justin went up there and paid you a visit. Had some good times, man. I look forward to you and your family making it down here to Texas so that we can hang out some more. You just let us know when you're in town, man. Either if Justin's up in Dallas or here in Austin, we'll hook you up with some fine Texas barbecue or whatever you want. So, Brother Dan, cheers to you. And again, congrats on making it to 15,000 subs, man. Check him out, folks. He's good. He likes bison, by the way. Bison burgers again? You got to go check out his videos, folks. What you got for me, Dan? He says, obviously, question time, Troy. Where is Boothbay Harbor? Sounds like someplace I need to visit. Man, me and Karen went up to the northeast coast area. We was checking out all the lighthouses and stuff, and we wound up in Maine, and we wound up going to Boothbay Harbor, Maine, and we caught us a fishing boat, a big whale boat actually, and it took us out into the bay, and we got to see some dolphins and stuff playing around, and got to see some lighthouses, got to see like an old military fort. It's cool, man. It's real cool. But I will say Boothbay Harbor itself is very touristy, man. And we went in like October, I think it was, maybe the 1st of November, before it started snowing. We didn't go there. The leaves were falling, so I think it was in October. But, man, it was cold. You get out on that water on that boat, and it's cold, breezy, wind blowing. Man, that's cool, though. Good times, man. Good times. Boothbay Harbor, Maine. There you go, Dan. Check it out, man. It's really cool, really cool. That whole area is really, really super pretty, man. We loved it. Loved it up there. We wouldn't want to be up there when it's snowing, though. You know, we like the heat better than we like the cold. So Texas is just fine. Anyway, appreciate the question, Dan. Thanks, bro. Next question is from Commando Tactics. He says, "Hey T-Roy, as a UK BBQ'er, is it worth buying a smoker? As we don't have much sun, warm or dry days." Yeah, I would say so. I mean, especially if you like the flavor of smoked meats. You know, barbecue is what we call it. I would say go for it, man, because I run my Weber Smoky Mountain whether it's raining or snowing or sleeting or whatever, man. As long as my body can handle the elements, the Weber Smoky Mountain's going to be fine. It may burn a little bit more charcoal whenever it's cold outside or rainy, because the rain's cooling it off as it's cooking, unless you got it covered. And you may have more of a difficult time trying to keep your charcoal briquettes from getting damp. So make sure you put them like in some type of a plastic tote or something like that to keep them dry. But yeah, man, get you a smoker. Yeah, I highly urge you to get a smoker. You'll be impressing your friends and family all in the UK, man. Trust me. It's good times, good times. And that smell going through the air as you're cooking, woo, lordy, that's some good stuff, man. Love it, love it, love it. Anyway, cheers to you. Appreciate that, bro. Next question is from John. He says, "Hey, Troy, great chat as usual." Thank you, John. Appreciate that, man. He says, "When I started getting more..." Nope, that was the next question. John says, "Had a question for you. Did you notice a big difference between cooking low and slow, say 225 to 250, versus hot and fast, 275 to 300? Cheers, brother." Cheers to you, John. I'm almost out of this root beer. You know what that means. We ain't got much longer to go on this video. Where we at? We at 25 minutes or so. I'll tell you what. If you're going to try hot and fast, especially closer to 300 or better, make sure you get you a nice, well-marbled piece of meat, like pork butt or brisket. Those are brisket point, okay, not flat. Those would do very well hot and fast. If you try to cook those like the flat or some pork ribs, anytime I've tried going hot and fast with any of those thinner, not as marbled cuts of meat, the meat, the high heat kind of like pushes the juiciness out of the meat and it makes it evaporate. So your meat itself is drier and you get a little firmer bark on the meat. So there's counterpoints in there, you know, but if you're going to do it with brisket point or pork butt. I wouldn't try anything else. And if you're going 275, 250, 275, you know, you can do pork ribs and beef ribs at 275. You can probably do beef ribs at 300 as well. I hadn't tried that. But they're plenty meaty and plenty, they've got rendered fat in there that'll render out and keep them juicy. So they can go hot and fast. But I wouldn't go past 275 with pork ribs or pork chops. Chicken, you want to cook low and slow, like 225, 250, and at the very end raise the heat so that you can crisp that skin up a little bit. At least that's how I do it. So it kind of depends on what you're cooking, but I much prefer low and slow. That'd be my preference. You have more of a chance of messing up your cook if you go hot and fast. Now I will say, if you're pressed for time, crank it up, or keep it low and slow and wrap the meat. Either of those will help the cook go faster. But if you've got time and you just enjoy sitting back, chilling out, smelling the good smells of smoke wafting through the air and that meat all in the air around you, man, ooh, driving your neighbors crazy, then go low and slow like I do, man. Hope that helps, John. Appreciate the question, man. Next question we have is from Bruce Sundberg. How you doing, Bruce? Cheers to you, bro. Bruce says, greetings, T-Roy. It's me again. Excuse me, Bruce. Good to see you. Good to hear from you again. Good to see you, man. He says, when I started getting more serious about smoking about 5 years ago, I was trying to learn as much as I could everywhere I looked. I kept reading and hearing about amino acid marinades, more specifically using Bragg's amino acids. This was recommended for both competition and backyard barbecue. Since then, I don't hear anything about it anymore. Do you have any wisdom to share with us? Well, not really. I've never used it. I know your body needs amino acids, and from what I remember, if you're like on a vegetarian type diet, that Bragg's amino acid, if you add it to your vegetables, it'll help you get amino acids into your body, which you would normally get from meat. Okay. As far as marinating, I could be totally wrong, man. If any of y'all have any better answers for Bruce, put it in the comments down below. His name is Bruce Sundberg, S-U-N-D-B-E-R-G, Bruce Sundberg. But I think, are you familiar with how putting MSG on something changes the flavor you get? I mean, it's a more impactful flavor, makes everything taste better. Amino acids do that same thing. Okay, so people use that to make their food taste better. I think that's the main goal of why they were using it in barbecue. Could be wrong, but I think that's it. Anyway, hope that helps. So, yeah, the second question here, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, Bruce says, also, and if it was in the market, if I was in the market and had $2,000 burning a hole in my pocket, would you recommend the Yoder Wichita Loaded or the Weber Summit? And just for kicks, I'm also asking Justin the same question. Cheers, brother. Cheers to you, Bruce. Yeah, I'd like to hear Justin's answer. He'll probably say the Summit. I'm going to say the Yoder, or, you know, any well-built offset, okay? I just prefer the flavor of the meat on the offset. The Weber Summit, it's one of those cookers that's kind of an all-around cooker and do a little bit of everything. but you don't quite get the same smoke flavor that you get off the offset. All right. So if you're looking for just a one type cooker that'll cook everything, go with the Weber Summit. If you want a cooker for really authentic smokehouse tasting barbecue, get you an offset. That'd be my, just it depends on what you want. My preference is the offset. Appreciate the questions, Bruce. Next question we have is from Red Banks. You ever check out Red, man? He's got a channel going out there. Let's see. Great chat, brother. Cheers. Cheers to you, Red. Thanks, man. And I apologize, the light's kind of messing with me out here a little bit, so y'all bear with me. Appreciate it. Let me see. Red says, when you have a large cook, do you have a workaround for needing multiple reads of temperatures, such as a grill temp, pork butt, brisket, etc.? Very few reliable Bluetooth have more than 2 inputs. I have the ThermalWorks Smoke and Gateway, but wish it had more inputs. Yeah, they make some of those, some of the newer ones that have like up to 6 inputs, I believe. But personally, when I've got a large cook like that going on, I just use the ThermaPen a lot of the time. I mean, I may, for my pork butt and my brisket, I may put some internal meat probes, meat probes in there. And I can use the ThermalWorks Smoke and put one probe in the pork butt, one in the brisket, and not even read temps on the cooker. Okay? That's how I do it. And then I can go around the other meats, like for chicken or ribs, anything like that, and I can use the ThermaPen or some other instant read type thermometer to check the meat instantly. That way I don't have to sit there. And a lot of times you can usually tell by looking at the meat if it's done. Like ribs, if you take the ribs and pick them up with some tongs and they bend like a U shape in the middle, just fold over real easy, they're done. If they're still stiff and not wanting to fold over at the edge of the tongs, then they're not done yet. Let them keep going. So that you can do different tests like that where you don't need a thermometer. But just do with what you got, man. I mean, if you can afford to get some other equipment, by all means, go for it. And I'm sure a lot of you out there have that one I was talking about that has the 6 inputs. If you do, put it in the comments section. And this is for Red Banks, R-E-D space Banks, B-A-N-K-S. You'll help a brother out. All right, let's see. This question we have is from A1 Xavier. He says, hey, T. Roy, awesome episode. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the help. Appreciate the support, man. Glad you enjoyed it. He says, I just got a 20-inch Horizon offset last week. Question, should I treat the outside of it with oil? If so, will it eventually season like cast iron to prevent rust? Thanks, and keep up the great work. I wouldn't really oil it up too much until you start seeing the paint baking off of it, okay? Depends on how good the paint is they used on it. But on the firebox, it gets way too hot for most paints. I mean, even like that paint that can withstand 1,500 degrees, that paint's going to eventually wear off of there and burn off. And once it burns off, then you can start seasoning it up like a cast iron skillet. That's what I did. Now, I may scrub mine down and repaint it. I don't know. But I think the paint lasted about a year, maybe a year and a half on my Yoder before it started looking rusty, okay? But yeah, I just put some grapeseed oil or some other really high temp oil on there, and that way your oil's not burning up. Plus, the metal will absorb the oil, and eventually you will get it looking like a cast iron skillet. The more you use it and the more you oil it, the better it'll be. But yes, go for it, man. Folks, that's all I got. I'm about out. And that's the last question I had. Thanks again for all the great questions. Again, hope y'all come back Tuesday and check out that pork butt on the pit barrel cooker I'm doing. That'll be up Tuesday. And then we'll see y'all here next Thursday. Y'all go ahead and ask some more great questions. Just put them in the comment section down below. Be sure and show some love to all of the YouTubers that I mentioned. They'll be in the description box. And if you're interested in any of the other products like the Jenks and Cray Court and all that I mentioned earlier, that'll be in the description box if I can find the links for you. So a lot of good information in there. Appreciate y'all watching. Thanks again for all the questions. Thank you very, very much from my heart to yours. Thank you for the support. Love each of you guys. We'll see y'all next week. If y'all like this, I hope you give it a thumbs up. Hope you share the video. And when you do, please tell all your friends that T. Roy cooks responsibly. Cheers, everybody.